It's real easy to trust in God when everything going your way. When God's answering your prayers, when God just moving how you want him to move, when nothing really going on in your life, it's real easy to trust in God. But what happens as soon as God stops moving the way you want him to move? What happens when you stop being able to trace God? You can't track his movements. You can't see what he's doing. You have no understanding of the situation. What happens when everything seems to be out of your control? That's when it's hard to trust God, because you really got to lean on God for real. You really got to lean on his word for real. You really got to believe and trust that God is working everything out for your good. And I believe God allows for these seasons to come about so he can really test our faith, because God doesn't want us to look at him as a genie. In fact, God wants us to really be genuine about our faith. God wants us to love him and obey him and believe in him, not just because of what he can do, but because of who he is. God wants us to really fall in love with him in a real intimate relationship. So God's going to allow things to break off in our life to see for ourselves how we put our trust in things that we can touch and not fully in God when things may be out of control. So no matter what you might be going through, keep your faith in God and keep going.